But Mark, let's start with you. We are going to give our Super Bowl winners. If you am catching on to this, want to go through our playoffs, check out the recent segment on MVP. And we are going to give our Super Bowl championship game.
Yep.
We are going to give our winner. But you know what else we get to give in this segment, Mark?
What's that?
We get to kiss somebody. Well, I get to kiss somebody. I get to take a whole fan base and kind of give them a big old kiss of death. Yeah, I get to kiss a death an entire fan base and their team today.
And you may have already done it.
I'll let you go first. That's a little bit of a hint there, but you go first.
So, my number 1 seed Patriots are gonna play the Oakland Raiders at number 2 in the AFC.
Mm-hmm.
You like to reference the tuck rule in this one.
It's gonna snow that weekend.
It very well might. I actually have. They're gonna love me, and Sean's gonna hate me if he doesn't already. I have the Oakland Raiders winning against the New England Patriots. There's just too much hype. Too much hype around these Patriots. I don't believe it. You know, it's just, it makes too much sense that they roll in there. They already did it. Who knows? Who knows what's going to really happen? But I really like Derek Carr. I really like his offense. And sure, the defense needs to step up a little bit, but the Patriots defense isn't amazing. It's not like they're a top 10. Well, they're not a bad defense. I don't want to get down on them too hard. They are a good defense, but they're not an amazing defense is what I'm trying to get at. We're not going to Seattle Seahawks level defense.
Yeah.
So I believe that Derek Carr can get into the shootout, and I think he can win it. I believe in him. Let's move over to the NFC. I have the number 1 Atlanta Falcons playing the number 3 Green Bay Packers. This is a little bit of a head-to-head bad matchup here for them.
Also a rematch of last year's NFC title game.
Yep, and of course the week 2, the Falcons beat the Green Bay Packers. So Green Bay really has this losing streak going on, and somehow, some way, it pains me to say this as a Chicago Bears fan, but Green Bay Packers are going to win this game.
Don't worry,
they'll finally make it happen.
It all levels out in the end.
They'll finally make it happen.
Pains you to say, but it'll level out.
My Super Bowl matchup, and I won't give my prediction for who wins just yet, but my matchup is the number 2 seed, not that it matters at this point, Oakland Raiders, and the number 3 seed Green Bay Packers.
So now you want to give mine? You want me to run through mine?
Yeah, get to your Super Bowl.
Just to recap, in case you didn't hear our playoff predictions in the last video, I have the Tuck Rule game also. Number 1 Patriots hosting the number 2 Oakland Raiders. I can't do it, Mark. I know I am wearing a technical Raiders shirt on.
We should switch shirts.
But it's not a Raiders shirt. It's a Rangers shirt. I'm wearing a Rangers shirt. I know it's kind of it's confusing on some points, but I can't pick against the Patriots. I have them 15-1. The only team they had lost to up to this point is this Oakland Raider team. So you beat the Patriots, you just
didn't do it at the right time.
You picked the wrong. You should have let them go 16-0, and then you would have beat them. However, if they went 16-0, they have to go to the Super Bowl because at that point
18-1.
They're destined to lose to the New York Football Giants. And speaking of the New York Football Giants, they get to revenge a joke that I made earlier in the podcast when I called the Green Bay Packers the Green Bay Football Packers. They get mad at me. New York fans get mad at me.
Yeah, they got really mad about that joke. It's not even cool.
And the Giants, they go into Green Bay, number 1 Green Bay, number 3 New York. The Giants go into Lambeau, get the win, revenge last year, and I've got the number 1 overall seeded New England Patriots playing the number 3 seed from the NFC, the Green Bay Football Giants, and I'll just go into it. I'll start it with mine.
All right.
Because mine should be very painstakingly easy at this point. When a Patriot and a Giant walk into a bar, the Giant wins the Super Bowl. That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Eli Manning is 2-0 against Tom Brady.
He finds a way.
Tom Brady might be one of the greatest Super Bowl quarterbacks ever, but he can't beat Eli Manning. Eli Manning gets his 3rd ring.
He would have to hand
3rd ring.
Tom Brady would have to hand over the GOAT trophy, which is just a GOAT, to Eli Manning at that point and say, "You have bested me." And Peyton would have to also say, "Yes, Eli, you have bested me as well."
I was just gonna say, at that moment, Peyton Manning will be doing whatever TV gig they reeled him in for the Super Bowl, or standing on the sideline, and he will just have one single tear going down his cheek, because for that moment, Peyton Manning knew he was no longer equal Manning. He was elite Manning.
Yep.
So yeah, I got the Giants over the Patriots. How about you? You got Raiders and Packers.
I had so many home teams winning here, and I like that this conference, the conference championship games. I had both the away teams winning. So I have like I said, Oakland Raiders, Green Bay Packers, and I think this is great. This is old guard versus new guard. You're kind of looking at a guy who gets compared to Aaron Rodgers quite often, and Derek Carr. A guy who's kind of being looked at as the future face of the NFL. Not that Aaron Rodgers is going anywhere.
Well, I mean, Derek Carr is, I believe you just said, the highest paid player in the NFL right now.
And he's getting a lot of fame, getting a lot of fortune now, and he can gamble it all away in Las Vegas next year.
Just don't listen to David.
Yeah. Very, very good advice right there. So I think this is a really cool matchup, and the storylines are going to be great. Neither team has an amazing defense, but both have really high-powered offenses. And I kind of like the high-powered offense in Oakland more than I like the high-powered offense in Green Bay. Part of that, of course, is because I'm buying the hype on Marshawn Lynch. I definitely think that I haven't talked about him yet, but
there are quite a few people who are not, though.
And I totally get it because he's been out of football for a while, and he's totally probably not in the best shape. But this is the Super Bowl right here. He's figured it out by now if he had any issues. I believe in him, and at the same time, I am a believer in the wide receiver to running back phenom that happened in Green Bay. I do like him as well. So, it's interesting for me, but I like this Raiders offense a little bit more. Last year I said I was high on them, but it wasn't time. I didn't realize injury was going to be the thing that made it not time. But it wasn't time for the Oakland Raiders yet. Jeez. They weren't ready. They weren't there.
Both Tennessee and Oakland. It was like the reason why it wasn't time to move on or even make the playoffs if you're Tennessee, both of them were injury.
Yeah. But this is it. This is my year. Oakland Raiders winning the Super Bowl. Thank you to Oakland. Thank you for your years of service. We'll see you later. We're in Las Vegas.
One last hurrah before they move on to Las Vegas to join the Golden Knights, I believe. I believe that's the NHL team that's already there.
Yeah.
I know it's the Knights. I think it's the Golden Knights.
What was it? Was it AFL? By that I mean arena football. The KISS? Las Vegas KISS?
That's the LA KISS.
LA KISS. All right. I forgot where they were.
Yeah, LA KISS. I'm looking to see.
Not that anybody cares about arena football.
You're thinking of the Las Vegas Outlaws.
There you go.
That's what you're thinking of. And I believe they are no longer a team anymore. From what I'm looking at, Wikipedia says
it's arena football.
2015-16 is what they have here. So maybe the Outlaws aren't a thing anymore. I don't know. I don't really. It says arena football, but they were also an XFL team. I'm like, yeah, I believe they were the XFL. I got a question for you. Okay. This is very off topic, but it's kind of at the end of our whole thing, so screw it.
Yeah.
I got this question because I was watching, I believe it was, was it the Game Over Greggy show or was it Kind of Funny Games? It was one of the two. And they asked
Talking
the question.
Talking about other podcasts on our podcast. Well, there you go.
I like to know where I got the question from.
Sure.
I don't want to steal anything.
Check things out.
But I want a question for you. We're not going to get a college football game again. I am for sure with that, and I got to tell myself that so I don't get my hopes up. Do you think they'll ever say in the future that, you know what, fuck it, let's give them an XFL game? McMahon will be like, let's make a little money. Let's get these 90s kids to give us their money because they loved the XFL with all of its...
Like they would make another XFL league?
Like an EA XFL game.
Oh, you mean a video game?
Yes.
Oh.
Like an EA XFL game.
Well, first of all, fuck you again for mentioning NCAA. Anytime you mention NCAA, it breaks my heart all over again. I still play NCAA 13.
Like I said, I got to continue to remind myself we're not going to get one so I don't get my hopes up.
Yeah, I still play it. I still love it. I'm crazy about that game. I would buy it in a heartbeat if they had it. I'd pre-order that day one.
My favorite thing was getting the guy, starting him off as a freshman, playing all the way through, and then transferring him into Madden.
No, I mean, I loved Road to Show. My favorite, or Road to the Show. I don't know why I called it that. You know what I mean. Career mode, my player. I loved playing the high school games. I don't know why. It was so awesome.
And then Mark
being
never
monster dominant.
Now, is 13 the one with the dorm room? Is that the one where you have the dorm room?
No.
And it's like you have your calendar.
That was years ago.
That was one of my favorites.
That was like 09.
That was one of my favorites when you had the dorm room.
But to answer your question about the XFL, no. I don't think we're ever going to get the XFL game.
Would you, if they came out with an XFL game, would you buy it?
No.
Or would you basically say, this is the same as NFL Street?
Yeah, it would be very similar to NFL Street. I would buy NFL Street.
Would you?
I probably would. That was a fun game. I liked NBA Ballers more. That was my favorite of all of them.
That was a good. Did they have a baseball one? Didn't they have like? I think I had it on the Wii or something. Wasn't it like not Blitz? Because I know they had NHL Hits. That was the
also awesome.
That was the what's the the football game I'm thinking of? Blitz.
Yeah.
It was Blitz and Hits. Then they had Street, like NFL Street, NFL Ballers,
NBA
Ballers, and I believe baseball had one. This is where
I don't know why they would.
This is where I go to the comment section. You guys let us know. Like I remember it because I only remember it being like you can do like a hard slide into second and like knock the guy's legs out, and it was legal. So it was like, holy shit, I can actually be a douchebag when I slide in to second and third.
Yeah.
Tangent over. I just had that question. Wanted to ask you about the
bring back NCAA.
Game.
Bring it back.
This is where we ask you, what do you think of our Super Bowl predictions? I say Giants over the Patriots. Mark said the Raiders over the Green Bay Packers.
And I'm not even wearing the Raiders shirt.
No, I am. I'm wearing the Raiders shirt. I am going to the AFC Championship game. Not too bad. Not too bad. At least you lost to the Patriots, and you didn't lose to like the Steelers.
The Super Bowl.
I mean, come on. Would you rather lose to the Patriots or the Steelers? I'll lose to the Patriots over the Steelers any day. Because at least I lost to the GOAT, who then lost to Elite Manning.
No longer 3-0. He gave it to Eli.
Eli Manning is now the GOAT if he wins the Super Bowl now. But I'm sorry for Giant Nation everywhere because I gave you the kiss of death. Let me know what you guys think about anything we talked about on the podcast today. Want to thank you guys for watching and or listening. And as always, have a good day, everybody.